Alright, ladies and laddies, so today is the August 2021 pickups video. For all intents and purposes, my birthday was in July, but days are not sacred. So, basically this is the equivalence of my birth month because, working around schedules and stuff, we really don't do birthdays early, so they are done later. I got a wide variety of stuff. Still no Xbox. I found that funny in last video's description. This month, I branched out with a new collecting concept. I had my worst eBay experience, probably not by technicality, just how it felt, and hopefully stuff that isn't too controversial in this day and age. It was really early in the month, and I bought some games at a local game store, so this is what I got. I got Mario and Luigi Paper Jam. I'm not sure if it's good or not, but I intend on playing through all the Mario and Luigi games at some point, so stay tuned for that. Then I got Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2. March of the Minis, and I've always been interested in the concept of this game, so I picked it up. I thought it was like a decent deal. It was like, I think it was $14.99. It could have been $9.99. I removed the sticker on this, so it's hard to tell, but I intend on playing through the series at some point. I was too lazy to take the sticker off of this one, but I did get Mario Kart DS. So all I'm missing in my, I guess, Mario Kart collection, N64, GameCube, and Wii. Wait. Oh, and Game Boy Advance, yeah, that one. But like, I can finally experience the joys of Waluigi's pinball machine. It's also kind of neat that the bookstore. This was the only one I got at the bookstore. The other one was like disc replay. I'm not sure if that's a thing everywhere, but it is for me. But they got this game on my birthday, and I bought it like 2 days after my birthday. Birthdays don't mean that much by technicality. It's just like, an event. But it's kind of cool to correlate events with each other, so that's why I do it. I got Wii Play. That'll make a good one-off. And then, while I was at the disc replay, I saw something in the window where they have the glass case or whatever for the really expensive items like the Pokemon games or like really any Dragon Quest game. Couple awkward collectibles, that kind of stuff. And I found this. I think the widest words I've ever gotten from collectors of video games is Nintendo plus cardboard equals money in the future. Or I guess money I'm not going to have to spend. My collecting philosophy is go for the expensive stuff because I'm not interested in selling it in the future. I don't want to pay more for it in the future. So, there was this game. It was a little bit outside my budget. So this would end up being my birthday gift from me mum. Thanks, mummy. And it came with both of these games. I've been playing through Pokemon Shield casually. And I used to kind of be on like the Pokemon, like, I hate how they cut the national deck. But you come around eventually, you're like, okay, this game is good for what it is. It's just like, I don't know, I'm kind of used to looking at games and being like what they can be and being a little... But, it's fine, We're gonna get the national deck slowly, I think. And I think Pokemon Shield has, like, the best gym trainers. Like, I don't know. Like, no, I haven't enjoyed characters as much as in this one, so that is very neat. Alright, the eBay purchase. I mentioned that it wasn't the worst one. When I first bought Hyrule Warriors for the Wii U, My dad's credit card got hacked, and an order of 12 10-inch to some place in, I don't remember, was it Maine or Vermont, but it was somewhere in that area. And that's probably not good to have your credit card hacked, but that wasn't my experience, so I'm not too worried about that. I bought a Wii U. Where'd it go? I got a Wii U. I'm not showing the full console because it's plugged in, and this is really the only iconic part of it. It's just a round rectangle otherwise. So, uh, if you look closely, it came like this. It's kind of gross. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not grossed out enough to clean it, but I'm grossed out enough to point it out. And I first got, I saw it on there, and it came with some games, and it said everything worked properly. This was the cord I got for the charging of the gamepad. So I ended up buying another one. And when I contacted the seller, like, does this thing work? And they're like, oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, it still works. I'm not gonna deny that it works, but I couldn't get it to work. So yeah, I did buy another one. So that sucks. And then there were still parent controls on it. So I had to learn to do the thing with that. And I ended up spending like the 50 cents on like whatever it is to set up the password. I spent like an hour trying to figure it out. Because I know there's like a free website where like they'll do the calculations for you without having to go through Nintendo and the 50-cent transaction. But there was just one thing I didn't understand, and it just, I don't know, it was annoying. So when it came to the parent controls, you know what I had to disable? Nothing! There were no parent controls on this thing. It just said that there were parent controls, like, authorized on there, but there was effectively nothing on any of the accounts that were on that Wii U. And, like, I would have just left it alone, but the parent controls cannot be, like, visibly seen unless you sign in with the information of the parent code. Because I didn't want to, like, do a live stream and have the game cut out 1 hour in because, those were the parent controls. It's like, why? And it's like, I could have reached out, but I was just like, I already interacted with these people once. I don't want to do it again. Let's see what games it came with. So, Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Not a bad start. I already own it, but that's fine. Oh, and by the way, all these were discs only except for one of the games. They were nice enough to include these sleeves, I'll give them that. Okay, we got Pokken Tournament, which I did my little Pokemon Presents live stream reaction thing, that I played this afterwards. But the problem is it didn't freaking work. And I just stopped streaming after that. Like, I took a little week hiatus, and I don't think it was necessarily that, but it definitely played a part with that. Now we got Nintendo Land, also owned this, but that's fine. We got Madden 13. And then we got Disney Infinity. And then we got Monster High 13 Wishes, which, that's like a genie times 4.3. Wait, does that make sense? Yeah. But hey, the disc game was Splatoon, so that's cool. I'm probably gonna do some type of stream thing through the story in the second one, the third. But, it's probably gonna be a lower priority. I wouldn't expect it anytime soon. And then, well, one, Pokken didn't straight up work. I mean, it did for a little bit, but it just came across complicated. It came across complications. But the Wii U gamepad had connection issues. Basically, I could have... Where'd my gamepad? Okay, so let's say my arm... Actually, let's do it this way. My arm and my gamepad are like not even like a foot from each other. Maybe a foot. A foot, yeah. And it would say the gamepad was too far away. I know it's not a huge, like, uncommon thing, but it's still really bloody annoying. So basically all those games are kind of rendered unplayable. I mean, I got a classic controller, I got a pro controller if I'm ever vigilant enough to find a charging cord for that. But yeah, this was just, 100% working and tested. And, it's just like, I just decided not to leave a review because it was just negative, and I'm not gonna lie. But, the one person that went out of their way to ask a good review was those guys. That's fine. I'm gonna laugh about it. I'm kind of laughing about it now, but it's worth sharing the story. Let's put it that way. Up next, we have my new collecting concept. Books. Art books in particular. I saw a post on Twitter that these were like $20 going on Amazon, and I was like, that is awesome. And I plan on doing like, I don't know, like book reviews, if that makes sense. But like trying to find a way to like, because most of this art is posted on the internet in some way, shape, or form. So just kind of like talking about the stuff in the book without necessarily being like, oh my gosh, this video is copywritten claimed, oh no. But this book is absolutely fantastic, and if you're a fan of Fire Emblem, I think you should get it. Like, it has, like it's amazing to see, like the 3DS screen is, like 240i or whatever. I don't know the freaking numbers. But it's, like, very low quality. And just seeing, like, a lot of the art in the game, like, from, like, screenshots from cutscenes, it's just, like, so satisfying to see that in, like, high quality. And just, like, I don't know, I forgot about how much I liked a lot of these characters, and I always like seeing, like, sketches and concept art. And it's kind of cool, like, some of them are done, like, oh yeah, traditional white pages with black ink, but some of them are, like, white ink with, like pink backgrounds and yellow, and it's just it's cool. And a lot of the concept art, like, it has, like, a very flat look that I really enjoy the look of. Like, just, like, storyboards, and it's good. I'm basically ruining whatever review I can do on this in the future, so... Oh, there's character dialogue in here as well, which I found interesting. It's like, basically this yellow section is all about dialogue from the game. But this was definitely worth getting. Worth getting so that I decided to make this like a branching out section in my collection. So around this time, the World of Warcraft, or I guess not specifically World of Warcraft, Activision Blizzard, sexual harassment stuff came by. I kind of swore off of Hearthstone a long time ago. And I mean, World of Warcraft, I just don't have time to commit to MMOs. So, really the only sacrifice for me was, like, playing Hearthstone. I still watch Warcraft streamers, but, most of them aren't affiliated with Blizzard because Blizzard doesn't like them, so it's unrelated. But, World of Warcraft was basically, like, set up my default views on fantasy games in general. Like, every fantasy game I play, I compare to World of Warcraft. Like, it's weird, like, I picked up D&D, and I was like, fighter, That's a stupid name. Warrior is way cooler. And where are the shamans and stuff like that? Which, even this day, I really don't know a clear, definitive answer. But it doesn't matter. But I was like, okay, big brain. I always wanted to go after some of the art books. Blizzard is probably at its lowest point, and a lot of people are giving up on Blizzard. So, for 40 bucks, well, like 42.80 something, because, the government and taxes. I hate the government. But, for 40 bucks, I bought 3 art books, some cards, and other stuff. And I'm going to go through them now. The 3 art books are the art books from different expansions in World of Warcraft. I got Wrath of the Lich King right here. And at first I thought this was like a paint stain, and I tried licking it off. And it took some time for me to look at, Google image searches and realize, oh, that's not a paint stain. To which I have the question, why is that there? But yeah, this has like a lot of variety of concept art and a couple of the illustrations for the game. There's a little bit of Burning Crusade stuff in here, which I'm like, why not put that in the Burning Crusade book? Which is probably the only one that I'm like, I'm going to go out of my way to get next. Because that didn't come in this one. What I instead got was, Cataclysm and a sealed copy of Myth of Pandaria. Which I'm probably not going to open it because I tend to buy things in bundles anyway. But if I end up getting basically every Warcraft art book I get, and I don't have a second Myth of Pandaria, I'm probably going to open it. Especially since there's like a few holes in the front of it. Which I'm not sure if I'm going to consider that like totally sealed, but it probably by technicality is, so I shouldn't worry about it too much. And then a card collection of World of Warcraft. It's like we got a couple of expansions. We got like Cataclysm promotional stuff, which I'm not sure how people got those, but they're not, they're worth a pretty penny. Like, I think they're $5 each, which, I mean, that's saying something for the Warcraft card game because, well, 1, it's dead, 2, it probably sucked, and 3, they're the reason they made Hearthstone. But as someone who's like, wow, these are pretty neat, they're pretty neat. Like, look at it, we got Magni Bronzebeard. Before he became a crystal dude in Battle for Azeroth. Where I quit playing. For good. Yeah, it's just neat. I like this card a lot. It's like an orc shaman. Shamans were always kind of my preferred class. Well, not always, but they ended up being my preferred class. And then, party doesn't stop there. I got mouse pads. So we got this cool Myth of Pandaria one. Except it's pandas, and who cares? Then we got this really dope Cataclysm one with Deathwing on it. Cool. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, all of these mouse pads look really good. What's the one for Wrath of the Lich King? Oh my gosh, he's gonna be sitting on the Frozen Throne. It's just a map of Northrend. I know I could buy a freaking Arthas mouse pad if I want to. Oh. But like, I don't know. I just find, well, actually, technically it's improvement because Cataclysm and Myth of Pandaria came later than Wrath of the Lich King, so yeah. So, I'm still using my default one because I kind of like the little bump on it. Preventing carpal tunnel is one of my favorite pastimes. And I'm going to keep it that way. And then, we have behind the scenes DVDs. There good stuff. Haven't watched them yet, but it's just kind of cool to have them. Like, all that was for $40. Like, I wanted to get it so bad. It was like, the auction ended while I was at work. So I kind of like casually was like looking at my phone, but like I forgot the internet wasn't on. So I just kind of like had to spend like the last half hour of my shift just like, did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? And I got it. It was right there. Up next we have kind of a random purchase. I think this was like after my birthday party. I got these. It was kind of like it was like they restocked these on Amazon, and I finally got my pair of them. And I 3D printed like these Joy-Con controller holders, which at some point I'm gonna do a video on why a 3D printer is a good investment for collecting. It's gonna be pretty cool and probably not gonna happen for a little while because there'll probably be some things I want to prep up. Because I'm really bad at 3D printing, I'm not gonna lie. But for very simple things, it gets the job done. But I bought the Zelda Skyward Sword controllers, and I honestly forgot, now that I'm reminded of this, I got this really sweet acrylic Zelda Skyward Sword art from the light. I bought this thick Zelda Skyward Sword, like, acrylic art, I don't even, like, portrait thing. But it's part of, like, Club Nintendo and part of one of the little Nintendo points, get some stuff, pay for shipping thing. And I like it. So basically I have about as much Skyward Sword merchandise as I do any other Zelda game. And guess what's like the only major Zelda game I have not played? Skyward Sword. And I guess Minish Cap, but maybe this isn't considered major because handheld versus console, but you know. And then around that time, I kind of forgot to include that section in the video, and I'm glad I remembered as I was recording it. I also obtained several. I was kind of like, I was hankering to play Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled because I played the demo thing that they had for the Nintendo Trials, and I finally got around to buying it. Here it is. But that's not all that there is there. And I bought these third party eBay, Activision stuff. But check it out. It's like collector's edition, and it's like it came with these really neat pins, and the art is just like it's good, it's wacky. Like I could easily see the person kind of spending like 10 minutes on each pin designing them, but they just have so much charm and so good. Don't even remember how to put this back. But before I bought this game, I was. But before I bought this game, I saw what I thought was Crash Team Racing until I actually clicked closer on the image. I ended up buying both of these for $40. If I understand right, this is like 20. I mean, I have PlayStation Now, so I could have played it for free, but I can stream it now because I'm not comfortable doing PlayStation Now. Because I mooch off my dad's account, so if I want to do PlayStation Now, I have to do it on his account, and I don't like the idea of the potential of leaking the information of my dad's account, so I'm just not going to do it. But, this is like 30, 35, this is like, I thought like 15 something. Okay, so $40 for stuff that wasn't normally $40 pretty good deal, in my opinion. And I'm very looking forward to doing some of the Crash stuff. Alright, this was objectively the last thing that came in the mail for me. I bought this. I forgot I bought this off of Amazon. I'm really looking forward to giving this a shot, because I remember being so excited at the idea of a Square Enix platformer. 3D platformer, I should specify. And it was notoriously not good. But I like garbage. And then my last local game trip, I got these. So I played this game as a kid, and I think it's really cool. I remember having so much fun with like the story mode in this, and I just found it like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it was just like really cool to see the characters interact. Like I was expecting this to be like some sports game. Well, I mean it was a sports game, but like, it had the cheap story that a lot of these, sports titles do, where you're playing sports to save the world. And it was my first time seeing that, so I was like, oh, that's cool, that's special, when in reality it probably isn't, but nostalgia is one hell of a trip. And then I got Let's Go Pikachu finally. And I'm probably going to do a stream on this. Like, it looks good to me. I remember when it first came out, people were concerned about the battle system being kind of like the new thing, but like, it didn't. So that's good. But, for its one-time experience as it is, that's going to be, like, really good. I spent $1 on this. I'm really excited for this one-off when I get to it eventually. If I understand it right, it's like a 2D fighter. No, it's like there's a 2D fighter and like an exploring thing. So like, is it like kind of a like the mid-2000s beat 'em up genre? How would you balance this? I want to know for the future. And that's of course assuming my Wii U is going to, be capable of playing it. But I'll have to do some tests to see how it does with a normal Wii remote. And then I found this game for $4 that looked interesting, and I'm gonna have to look at Armagallant Decks of Destiny, which I am a sucker for card games. That aren't, well, I mean, I'm a sucker for looking at cards or playing digital cards. But yeah, this will also probably make a really cool one-off. For my last thing I have to show, I found this in the glass display. Oh yeah, side note. You know what else was also in the display? Another one of these. So I guess they're not as uncommon as I thought they. But anyway, this was in the display. It's basically mint condition Spirit Tracks walkthrough. It has, like, it still has the map that it came with perfectly intact. Like, I don't even know what the thing looks like, and I'm not taking it out. But, for all of you guys who are curious what the map looks like, there it is. You guys are seeing it about the same time as I am. Well, I don't know what it looks like. Future me is gonna know what it looks like while editing this video, and then you guys will find out what it looks like. But yeah, this was $10. That's a good deal. Like, the only bit of stuff is like this, but it's like, that's just what it's like to exist as a book. So, lots of stuff. Technically, as far as books go, I got another one. It wasn't supposed to come till September. It came early. And I'm gonna leave it for September, because this video's already like 30 minutes plus long. And I'm holding back for this month, so I'll review it then. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are interested in me doing, the stuff with the stuff, the book reviews, the one-off games, playing Let's Go Pikachu, hit the subscribe button so that you guys are notified when I make these. And hitting the bell will let you know in real time when the stuff comes up. You can also like and comment on the video. Do you have anything from my collection that made you go, wow, I really like that, or something like that? Let me know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next pickups video, or really any video I do. And until then, catch you guys later.